Getting started in business isn't easy, especially when you're just starting out in life. But three young entrepreneurs have decided they're up to the challenge. 22-year-old Ken Fryer hopes to revolutionise the dating industry with his Text Flirt events, a unique form of speed dating that uses mobile phone technology. Having worked as a designer for Playboy, Michelle Taylor is no stranger to the lingerie business. We'll follow Michelle as she attempts to turn her design consultancy into a successful lingerie brand. Student Matt Scott's company allows customers to design their own trainers. Promising online sales have convinced Matt to put his studies on hold, as he searches for a way to grow his one-man operation into a global business. We'll follow Ken, Michelle and Matt through their tears and triumphs. In this episode of Tears and Triumphs, Matt hooks up with Dave Charlton, founder of the Officers Club. With decades of experience in the highly competitive apparel business, Dave knows how to turn an idea into a profit.
Matt just generally wanted to have a chat to see if I had any sort of wisdom that I can impart to him or anything that can help him in his objectives of being successful in his new business.
Dave wastes no time getting to grips with the challenges facing Matt.
How does the process work then?
How do I make them?
Does the customer design the shoe themselves?
Yeah, it's all. So basically, what you get is just a white template on the website.
All right, so you take that panel off and then stitch it back, print it and stitch it back on.
No, it's not. I don't. I like put a panel over the top.
Yeah. How long does that take you to do?
Oh, it takes a while. It takes about an hour for a pair of shoes.
Really?
So it's a long time. That's how I've got to produce at the minute.
So how do you make it happen faster? It's a good idea. I think the basic premise of it's very good, and it's something that if you can get it going, it'll have huge momentum. He obviously has some very specific problems about production.
I want to be setting up in the UK. I've been speaking to an investor who thinks it's better to set up in the UK to have control, even if it's a higher cost. Then you've got the control of the business. I
mean, it looks a fairly easy thing to do. I would think it would be a good investment actually for you to go to China and see somebody. If you talk to the people who are working out in China, they say it's hard work to start with, to find what you want, but once you've got it, and you've got the right partner to work with, or the person to work with, it's fantastic. You've got a big step to make, haven't you, from this where you are now, to actually making it work, you know. I think he's very clear about what he needs to do, generally, but not so clear about how he's going to go about achieving it. Now, I've been trying to point him towards people I know who could help him.
I'm going to be trying to produce in the UK instead of taking it to China, where I wouldn't have control of the production. So production is my main stumbling block at the minute. It'll work eventually, but it's just that's the main thing I need to focus on.
Down in Middlesbrough, Ken reaches the halfway mark of his Digital City Fellowship.
Today's the Digital Fellowship presentation. I was accepted to that a few months back. It's pretty much training, and they give me a lot of money to cover my living expenses for the next 4 months. Today was just kind of informing everybody my progression with the project, question answer time, things like that.
Despite Ken's obvious passion for Text Flirt, his presentation to an audience of fellow entrepreneurs leaves many of them scratching their heads.
Text Flirt is a venue-based flirting event. As you can see. The presentation went horrendously. I hate giving presentations. At the event we sold the stickers for £2 each. The stickers are good, but they're not sticky enough. If I could afford it, I'd get like a spokesperson to do it for me. I might take some acting classes just to kind of get over myself.
Fortunately, some attendees remain impressed with Ken's determination.
I was really quite interested. I thought his presentation was very informal in style, but I quite warmed to him. I quite liked him. He seemed very honest.
I think Ken's a very natural person, and his approach to the presentation was to put himself forward, and he sees himself very much as an extension of the business, or maybe it's the other way around, I don't know.
I think he's an entrepreneur with a lot of promise.
Bowed yet unbroken, Ken survives with his confidence intact.
It's quite interesting at the presentation I gave, kind of the feedback and kind of vibe within the room. Some people kind of liked it, some people kind of were like laughing, and I felt like they were laughing at me, which I didn't really appreciate, considering I'm going to make a lot of money. I need to make the first one event perfect, and if I can make one event perfect, I can then make all the events perfect.
Meanwhile, Michelle's busy month concludes with a marketing coup. After being spotted in the press by radio presenter and 90s TV star Diane Udale, also known as Gladiator's Jet, Michelle is invited in for a live interview on BBC Radio Tees.
That's REM, Everybody Hurts. BBC Tees, Thursday morning with Neil Green and Diane Udale. It's 10 to 12 now.
Our next guest must have one of the peachiest jobs going. Hartlepool entrepreneur Michelle Taylor joins us now with mum Pauline.
I think what really drew me to getting Michelle on this show was to really highlight the fact that even if you have to initially go away and get skills elsewhere, you can still come back to where you're born and bred and where you love. And if there isn't something going on, initiate it, start it off. She looks like she's got the right energy, and she's got everything that needs to inspire other people.
I'm intrigued by what mum makes of all of this. What a journey mum's been on. Pauline, did she always express an interest in your underwear, if I could say that?
Today we're at Radio Tees. I've been sort of on the show between 12 and 1 today, just to talk about my new range, Tallulah Love. So I managed to talk to Diane about that and gave her some samples and she liked them too. I brought a little gift. I bought 2 pairs, but one is for Jet. No, actually the both.
Pictures on our website at the end of the week,
yeah, I know. She actually just said to me then that she might wear some of my range and get photographed.
With promotion off to a flying start, Michelle switches her focus to some ambitious production goals.
I designed the range and I'll send it probably next week to Hong Kong. They'll start making the samples and I'll go and look at the samples and sort of see if there's any details that need amending or anything like that. I've seen what's out there and I want mine to be as good as, if not better than some of the top brands out there.
With a slowing economy and a slew of startup challenges, all 3 of our entrepreneurs, Matt, Ken and Michelle, have reached a crucial turning point. Check out the next episode of Tears and Triumphs to see where the journey takes them.